our fourth speaker for today. And Amit is founder and community head at the Global um, Nomad Summit and also of Beyond Skill. And he will provide us with some further insights about building a community for sustainable travelers. And please welcome on the digital stage, Amit. And the stage is yours.
Yes, hi Stephen. So thanks for inviting. Can I share my screen now?
Yes, sure. Please go ahead.
So you have to stop, I think, from your side. Then I can get the access. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yes, hi everyone. Hope you are able to see my screen. Yes, cool. So hi everyone. Thanks for inviting me and providing me opportunities to share my experience about the community building and the growth point of view, especially regarding the sustainable traveling. So yeah, this is the picture that year of 2020 might looks like. The positive impact that Andrea is talking about, how we still connected and still disconnected via due to the impact of the pandemic. Via virtually, I connected more than 40 plus countries, guys, from the startups, entrepreneurs, you know, the social impact stories, investors, and all across the globes from the India, Southeast Asia, Latin, and all this cross. So I can just trying to learn from this social impact and help us. It's really helps me to build a strong community base here. So yeah, this is me, the community and marketing guy by professionals and entrepreneur by heart. So being a community guy, as I always fascinated to build and manage a community across digital nomads, remote workers, and the blockchain and the crypto community as well. Under this community, I started a Global Nomad Summit, which is again India's first ever summit for the digital nomads, where we promote travel plus work cultures around the globe. And with hosted 300 plus participants from the 40 plus countries. And this is a virtual that we hosted in 2020. And we build a strong community base of 4,000 community members. All are the remote workers and digital nomads from different part of the world. So yes, from this topic, I'm just talking about 2 point of view. The first one is the community building, and the second one is how a community building can help us to generate the sustainable traveling, and we can create a more community around the sustainable traveling. So community that I try to understand is the connections, culture, commitment, and care is equal to community. So it's a 4C of combinations where we try to connect from the different cultures and commitment to provide a more kind of value to our community and take care of every members that being a part of is equal to community. And there are two basic different kind of community that we are currently running now. The first one is the online community and the second one is offline community. So online community that we are talking right now on the Zoom, it's an online community. We are using a different kind of tools to chat, to do a projects like a Slack, Asana, etc. And the offline community that we can do a in-person meetups and trying to invite like-minded folks and share and the life experience and the travel experience around any topic that people are want to listen and people are excited to share that. And yeah, this is the community that I built from 2 years. This is our first events that we hosted in India, the Global Nomad Summits. And this is the last one that we hosted in 2019, which is again, you will find lots of ISECer there because we, as an ISECer, always an ISECer. So we already partnered with the ISEC in India in 20 and invite more ISEC members to join the tribe of digital nomads and help us to work and travel around the globe. And yeah, I really like and love these quotes. There is no powerful change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. So it's totally depends how we care each other as a community, how we trying to help us and help us to grow in any way. Let's discuss about the types of community. As we are talking about the community is all about trying to connect with one person or one anything. So there's a 6 or 5 way And the five types of community that we can discuss here. The first one is interest based community. So in the interest based communities of people who share the same interests. So like I want to become a guitar and you also a guitar player or maybe something like that, and you also want to be. So we join together and then invite two more folks to build a community. So this is the interest based community. The next one is the action based community. So community of people trying to bring about a change. Again, a change about the climate change, a change about the populations, the change about the education, the change about the environments. And the third one is the places, the community of people found through the geographical boundaries. Like, right now we are hosting a European regions of alumni talk. Someone is hosting a MENA region of alumni talk. So this is a region wise that we divided with the geographic boundaries. And the next one is the practice. The communities of people in the same profession or undertaking the same activities. Either the guy working as a developer, either the guy working as a community managers or the content writer, they can join, connect, and share their life experience, and they comes under the practice. And the last one is the circumstances. So circumstances is all about the community of people bound together by the external events or the situation. So the major example that I can give you, just for example, the black things happen in the USA. So it's a circumstances created suddenly, and people come together and support and build a strong community, right? So these are the few types of community that uh, exist right now. So yes, I really like this quotes. The environment is where we all meet, where all we have. Sorry, uh, where we all have a mutual interest, and it is the one thing that all of us can share, and we have to save the environment. Let's talk about why community-based sustainable travel. The first one is cultural experience. Again, we and I used to travel across different part of the world or maybe in different part of in India. We already share the different cultures, experience. I teach new things, you teach new things, and this is the cultural experience that people are liking. The next one is cultural heritage. Cultural heritage, the history of the particular cities or the countries we talk about each others and all. The third one is environmental preservations. How we can save our environment, which is again a keep clean, green, and to be open and friendly for everyone. And the next one is the indigenous peoples. Try to understand their old styles of living. Try to understand the on-grounded situations that the community is facing right now. And the next one is a rural trade, rural tourism. So how, with the help of community, that we can promote the rural tourisms? Because before the pandemic, everyone is just running behind the big cities like New York, London, Berlin, etc. But due to pandemic, people are going on the tier two cities and the tier three cities because they feel find a happiness and very spacious place on that, and they are living a sustainable lifestyle. The next one is sustainable development, how we can help local people to just grow their things, grow in terms of businesses, teach them new things, teach them a new skill set that they can monetize their skill sets. And next one is like a social and environmental projects, how we can help us to design a different projects so they can monetize their skill set or they can monetize and live a livelihood of the local regions. And the last one is encouraging local sustainability awareness. So if we are going to do a lots of volunteering program on the rural sides, how we can create a more awareness program and create a more awareness about the digital education, like using a social media tools to sell something, and empowering a local communities to protect their ecosystems, how they can save their cultures, how save they can save their communities, how they can save their language, etc. So these are the benefits that we can look out with the help of community-based sustainable tourism. So yes, this is the pictures that explain. You can saw there's a diverse faces, women's, guys, and across different countries. And these are the things that you can. So we have to save our environment as well. We are someone you can saw someone is teaching about the farming, how we can do a better farming, and in these pictures you can saw how we can save and go to work on ground and save our Mother Earth, right? So these are the few pictures just for explainer. How can we develop this? Yes, there are the few tips and hack that you can say that I just connected. Connect with the local communities, try to connect with the local communities, educate them in a tourism, educate them in the sense, create awareness about, yes, you have something, you can build something, or maybe help us in digitalize the things that they don't have the access. Create a cooperative ownerships, create something which is helpful from your sides, but they can feel, yes, these are the community that are the real owner of this property, right? Create a community products, create, help us to create some product about, maybe a farming product, maybe some design product, help us to just create a product communities. The next one is create a partnerships. Whenever you go, you have a two or three or four connections, obviously try to connect with them, so they can help us and they can come together and maybe they can help us to monetize their things as well. And think about marketing your new products as well. At the same time, you are working as a volunteer, so help us them to market their product in the same, in the idea of to channelize them, educate them how they can use the tools called Facebook, Instagram, or anything, so they can build something on that and then they can sell their product and monetize and sustain their pay. And promoting a volunteering opportunities, as Isaac always promoting as. So these are the things that we can try to develop this, and then we can save our sustainable traveling day and we can keep going on. So yeah, these are the tools that we can use to build this community. Which tools are we talking about? In these days, you saw lots of Facebook groups you will find around the sustainable traveling. You can join them, try to introduce them. Hey guys, I'm XYZ. I'm running a this kind of organizations or startups. We are building something more impactful for this community. Can we explore synergies? Can we look out for some volunteers? So use these channels to build a strong community and help our local communities. The next one is a WhatsApp or the broadcast list. If you are totally local, so suppose if I am from India, so I can create a group around the India in a different cities as well, and I can try to educate them, create a different kind of post and the content where people can engage, right? The next one is the Slack channels. So if there are lots of corporate are also interested to do donations to just fund the social impact projects, so you can create Slack channels around that thing and you can keep posted the new things ki, hey, there's a new projects around the agriculture or maybe education. Would you like to fund them? Would you like to create a more impact? Would you like to help in any way? And then people can go join it. And the next one is the online forum and newsletter. So while doing all those things, we have to take care of the education part very upfront, because we have to first educate people how people can use these tools, as well as how we can provide some sort of value so they can get education. You can create an online forum, you can create a newsletters. There are lots of tools existing in the marketplace right now. Every week you can just go do a bit research, write a small forums, then post it on across all those channels, and people will join and people will share. And then slowly the tribe getting bigger and bigger, and people are joining hands, and that could be helpful for everyone. And the last one is the Clubhouse, which is again one of the buzzing app, which is creating a buzz around the community right now. And the third party app that you can use, any kind of third party app, like the community app that you can feel very comfortable and very accessible for everyone, so you can go and join them. So these are the tools that you can go and build and invite your community members to just build something and connect via this. How we can engage via this community. So these are the last slides. These are the tools that we discussed. In terms of engagement, we have to make sure what kind of value are we providing our community members. Are they looking for the education? Are they looking for the networking? Are they looking for a learning? Or are they looking for just like growing their business? So first do a bit research about your members, do a few surveys, either social media platforms and all, or maybe you can host virtual events or a physical events and talk with your users. Hey, what are you looking for? So you can host events. That's a great way of engagement. Next, you can do a talk series in the podcast, and you can also do a happy hour of water cooler conversation, which is again a good stuff that people developed during the pandemic. During the pandemic, everyone is frustrated, so people designed, let's do a happy hour. So the idea of the happy hour is to just connect with the 1 hour and there is no agenda talk. People just talking about whatever they feel happy, and people are so excited about this kind of conversation. I usually say it's a water cooler conversation, so there is no hot topics. Everyone just smooth talking about anything, about their experience and all. You can host, and then when the situations allow, you can start hosting a physical meetups. And next one, you can do a office hours. So suppose if you're running a community for highly professionals or maybe a highly education related, so out of every week, you can take out 1 or 2 hours where you can invite your members. Ki, hey, you can book your happy hour, office hour too. You can guide them. You can educate them. Ki, where you stuck somewhere, how you can proceed ahead. Where you stuck, this things. How I can help you. How some other members, other peers can help you. And the next one is the cross partnerships. Obviously, when the two communities synergize, it could be a bigger things that you can develop. So these are the few ways that we can try to engage within a community, and that is really helpful because I build a community of the digital nomads and the global nomads, and all those activities that we hosted, which is really impactful, and it helps me to grow community from 0 to 4,000 members across 40 plus different countries. Even I'm just sitting here in India and all are digitally, right? So yeah, this one thought I totally relate is you cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do make a difference, and you have to decide the kind of difference that you want to make it. So you plus me is equal to B. So let's build a community, and yeah, let's build a community together and make this world a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amit, for your inspirational talk. That brings me personally to the idea that